give you $1 million in cash, but only 30 minutes to spend it.
That's super easy. First, I'll pay off my mortgage and the car payment and any outstanding bills we have here. And then you just go down to your local hospital and pay all the outstanding bills there.
If you're not a Christian, please watch this video because you need to hear this. Your Christian friends are not trying to annoy you. They're not trying to force you into their religion. They don't want to harass you. They simply care so much about you. They know that you're going to a place that you don't even understand you're going to, or you don't want to believe that you're going there. If your Christian friends trying to tell you about the Bible, they are not trying to make you mad or irritate you. They are trying to share with you the best thing ever. If you had $1 million and you knew that you could help all your friends get $1 million, would you not show them the way? Would you not show them the way? Now imagine I am homeless and I'm starving. I'm dying because I need food. And you know that I could go get $1 million by opening up this wooden box. But I keep calling you crazy and saying, stop annoying me, bro. Stop annoying me. Literally, bro. Why? Just take a chance. If you don't believe in God, what is there to lose? He is everything. Please share a copy link or share this to a friend who doesn't believe.
And I have lived in New York for the 35 years, and Donald Trump has been in my face for 35 years. This whole idea that he is a great businessman is so beyond any... He bankrupted a casino. I mean, that's impossible. Unless you lock the doors and just stood in front of them. Go away! Go to Jewy Jews! Go away!
Here will we overcome this? Oh, one by one could we turn it around? Baby, carry on just a little bit longer, and I try to give you what you need. Me and you and you and you, we just wanna be free, yeah, yeah. But you see,
know what TikTok is, and I have just been hearing a lot of different opinions about it lately, and so I really do want to talk about it because I think we as Christian girls specifically, we're battling all the time to keep our eyes on Jesus. We're battling to remember that our worth and our identity is not bound up in the way we look or what other people think of us. We're always battling to remember, okay, no, God gives me my worth. I have worth and value because He says I'm His redeemed daughter. It's so hard to remember that our worth is not in our size, And so my big pet peeve with TikTok is that I feel like when you get on there, there's just this flood of information and videos and images coming at you that kind of are a huge temptation to pull you against who God says you are, what you're living for, where your identity is found. And I feel like it's almost like we're working against ourselves and making this battle in life so much more difficult. So that's my big issue. When you get on TikTok, does that help you in that struggle? Does that help you battle it and keep your eyes on Christ and focus on Him and embrace your worth in Christ? Or does that only fuel the struggle and make you struggle in a deeper, more difficult way? When is this helping me? Is this drawing my eyes on Christ? Is this helping me to reflect Him and glorify Him and use my body to serve and to live for Him? Is TikTok helping me do that truly, honestly, in the gut of your whatever, in the depths of your soul? Find yourself 3 a.m. in the morning and you're still scrolling going, what am I doing? But as you're seeing all of those images and videos, I guess mainly, and so many of them are so sexually provocative, really asking yourself, is this pushing me? And so many of them are so sexually provocative, really asking yourself, is this pushing me toward Christ, toward holiness, toward purity? Or is this making that battle so much harder? And I think it probably is making it so much harder.
Trump did not get impeached. What? Maybe Trump 2024.
Hi there. Listen, learn something. Trump was impeached twice. He's the only president in the history of the United States to get impeached twice. There's only been 4 impeachments in the history of the United States, 2 of which are Trump in his first term. Impeachment does not mean conviction. Impeachment means he was indicted of the charges, and the impeachment still stands whether or not he loses his office. Maybe next time, before you make a TikTok celebrating, ask a high schooler to explain it to you.
I was talking to my non-Christian friend the other day, and he said to me, you know what? I could never be a Christian
Neither could
I said,
I.
bro, what are you talking about? He said, I can never be a Christian. If you only knew the things that I've done, the things that I do, if there is a God, I don't deserve his love.
That's
And I
not
said,
why
"You're
I
right."
wouldn't be a
He said,
Christian.
excuse me? I said, you're right. You don't deserve God's love. In fact, you deserve to be burning in hell. He said, bro,
Nice
why would you say that
message.
to me? I said, here's the thing. It's not just you. It's me too. It's every single one of us. We all deserve to be burning in hell. God's love is not something that you can be deserving of. It's not something you could
Why
earn. Jesus went up on that
would
cross fully
you
knowing that nobody
worship
deserved it. But
that?
guess what? He did it anyway because he loves us. He loves us and he wants to know
How
us. When he
is
looks
that
at you, he
love?
doesn't see some awful, broken, sinning reject that can't be touched. No.
Love me
When
back
Jesus
or
looks at you,
spend forever
he
in
sees a
hell?
heart that hasn't
How
been
is
changed
that
yet.
loving?
So let him change it.
No. I just watched this and it's full of crap. False dichotomies. What? Is Jesus not strong enough to beat Satan on his own? I thought he was a demigod or a part god or one of the Trinity or something. And this is another false dichotomy. They have nothing to do with each other. And if you live in the light all the time, how are you going to rest? And how are you going to live on a cross instead of the world? This is stupid. You can't just disregard the world you're living in. I can't. Oh my.
Christ was whipped, tortured, and humiliated for you to just ignore him and the sacrifice that he made for you.
I'm not ignoring it, just waiting for proof that it actually happened. Because there's nowhere in actual history outside the Bible that states that it happened. And, yeah. Name a historian that cited it. You'd think it would be as cited as something like Julius Caesar or Hannibal crossing the Alps and stuff like that, but it's not. And, how does a demigod who is the god himself or the son of the god himself, but is actually the god in human form, how does he sacrifice exactly? He came back, so he had a bad weekend? I mean, and who is he praying to? Isn't he himself God, but the son and it's all just
If all of that's false, why would Christianity have started? Give me a good...
in the year 313, Emperor Constantine and the Edict of Milan, right? Milan, declared legal protections for Christianity. But in 380, the Emperor Theodosius issued the Edict of Theodosia, I think, and made the Roman Empire specifically follow the Nicene Christianity. Yes, Christians were persecuted before this time, and it didn't work, so they decided to have some edicts to prevent that, and it became the official religion, and then it just ran, because when something's official, you're punished if you don't follow it.
So say that you're on a roll, say that you're on a roll.
Piper, come here. You're like, come on. No, Mama, no. Yeah, here's the picture. Look at my porch, man. This is up to my knee. This is my knee.
Imagine depriving yourself of eternal life for 20 minutes of pleasure.
20 minutes? 20 minutes? What are you doing? 20 minutes? How can I say this? 20 minutes ain't nothing. 2 hours. A marathon session of 12 or 18. To where you're just exhausted and then you just start again. 20 minutes? Girl. You need to go get some. For real. It's okay. Really.
Yeah, ho, holla. This that why that.
Okay, I gotta get my atheist tiara back on for this one. This is why I did not go to a Catholic hospital to have any of my children. I got my tubes tied when I had my third, and I did not have to have my husband's signature on the form. Why? Because I went to a public / quote-unquote secular hospital that wasn't controlled by the Catholic diocese rules on reproduction, bodily autonomy, and reproductive health. I don't play that way. My body, my choice. Thank you.
It's your job, once you fall in love with Jesus, it's your job to show people where he's at too.
Where is he? Where? Can you invite him over for dinner? Do I have to go to church to meet him? Will he be at church in his corporeal form? Can he eat if I bring him over for dinner? Can I shake his hand? Can I hug him? Will he talk to me from his larynx, face to face? Introduce me, person to person, mano a mano, and that may be the thing that makes me believe again. But until then, nope.
A dream that Jesus came, and I was sobbing because I was left behind.
I have been in your exact shoes. I used to have nightmares about the rapture all the time. That's when I was a Christian. You see, when I was scared, I started to read the Bible more to try to figure things out. And I realized that most of it is unprovable or unfalsifiable, or it just takes faith. Where's the backbone? Where's the evidence? Where's the structure? Where's anything? And why would you worship a God that would leave away people who didn't love him enough, and he would put those people in hell for all eternity? Why would you worship a deity like that? Just ask yourself that.
If you work in customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult? I'll go.
Okay, I love this story. A few years ago, I was a manager at a toy store, and we had a sale on the Ouija boards, and we had the regular Ouija boards, and we had the Supernatural show Ouija boards. And the mother and daughter were buying the Supernatural one. And the lady behind her in line said, "Ma'am, don't buy that. You're going to open the door to all the demons." And blah, blah, blah. She was going off. She was going off on her whole Christian shtick about don't play with, mess with the Ouija boards, you know. So I said to her, do you really think the demons of the underworld are in partnership with Milton Bradley? I said, do you realize how many demons would be on this planet right now if this thing was real? Milton Bradley would be the Antichrist. She didn't believe me.
What's a time when you found the cover of a song was actually better than the original?
racist when you say Chinese virus, but it's not racist when you say Chinese food.
Oh, look. You're back. With more wonderful knowledge on TikTok. Do you know what a false comparison is? Like apples and oranges? Nothing? Please. Will you just stop now? Just no more. Please. You're making the rest of us white girls look bad. Please stop.
Stitch this video and tell me the most shocking or ridiculous thing that snowflakes have tried to cancel.
Democracy? The democratic process of elections?
Do you know what all of this made of? It's made of all of the ingredients one you need.
So that's why when you just hook up with that person and you rip it away, they always take a piece of you.
You mean like a piece of tape that doesn't stick after you rip it off and stick it down and rip it off and stick it down? Or like a piece of chewed gum that can never become unchewed? Please. You're probably that same idiot who put out a post on Facebook years ago about some woman's hoo-ha looking like a ham sandwich or something. Anybody remember that? Anybody? Please, whatever you do, do not teach sex ed to anyone ever. Just stop. Stop.
No, dummy. I work in the city, and I know a man pretending to be a woman when I see one, and I see 3 right in front of me. This is not that kind of establishment. Wait a minute.
God may have blessed you with Barbies, a backyard with a pony in it, a boyfriend named Jake, and an unwanted pregnancy that your father paid to terminate so you could go to college and major in being a basic bitch. None of these things make you a woman.
Clear your throat.
Lubricate.
Now read that bitch.
Your uniform of ill-fitting J. Crew culottes, fake pearls, and 50-cent scrunchies cannot conceal the fact that you do not know who you are. I know our presence threatens you. We fought for our place at this table, and that has made us stronger than you will ever be. Now pick your jaw up off the floor and go back to your clam chowder and shallow conversations. My girlfriends and I aren't going anywhere.
Sitting here getting my fat bitch on. Your first mistake was assuming that because I'm a white American, that I'm also a Christian. I'm not. You keep to your standard of not taking the Lord thy God's name in vain, but don't you dare come on my vids and proselytize and try to shove your religious standard down anybody else's throat. Because according to Matthew, proselytizing makes you twice a child of hell. This is why people leave Christianity. It's because of old bitches like you that think that they can put their standards on everybody else. My religious beliefs say, do as ye will and harm ye none. You're harming. Get the fuck off my page.
They are dying in your head, in your head. Zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head, in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. Oh, 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 They are dying in your head, in your head. Zombie, zombie, zombie.
Too lazy or too scared, too frightened, too complacent to address the situation.
What happens after we die? We cease to exist. Just like before we were born, before we were conceived. before we exited our mother's wombs. I'm not too scared, too stubborn, too lazy to think about what's going to happen after I die, because according to everything I know, nothing is going to happen. There's no evidence of anything ever happening after a human ceases to exist. The importance you put on your unknown and unproven afterlife and your disregard for the current here and now is one of the main problems of religion. Earth is not a stepping stone for the next life. Earth is the only life we know to have.
I want you to tell me, what's a bad habit that you have?
Rockstar has never been one to fuck around.
They were experimenting all around at that point. They had Manhunt 2.
No homos will ever be allowed on this church as long as I'm the pastor here.
Pastor Steven Anderson. How many countries is he banned from now? It's got to be over 30. Anybody remember when he got tased at the border checkpoint or some checkpoint somewhere because he tried to pull his sovereign citizen shtick and it didn't go well? And then he claimed victimhood because he didn't follow the law? Just saying. Besides the fact that he's a homophobic, bigoted, misogynistic, biblical gender role, patriarchal, horrible human. He's just a horrible human. Yeah, we don't forget these people.
The things that are offensive to you so that I can get closer to everlasting life with you.
Okay, first of all, you're praying to your God to change my free will? That's offensive. Second of all, why are you reciting psalms from the Bible in a prayer to the God who supposedly written or inspired the writing of the Bible? Doesn't he know it already? Or is that just some ploy, emotional pull string to make people believe you and seem more genuine? And third of all, why would I have to change my ways or unmask myself to have your deity love me enough to spend eternity with him? Aren't humans good? No, that's not, see, that's the problem. Humans are never good enough for your God. But he created us. Do you see a problem here?
You're telling me I went my whole life thinking that everyone could unfocus their eyes.
I keep seeing these and wanting to respond to them, and now I see them daily, and I have to do it. The ability to focus and unfocus your eyes is controlled by the ciliary muscles, and we use them multiple times a day to look at near or far objects. They just essentially change the shape of the lens on the eye. The ciliary muscles, along with a lot of other facial muscles, are actually controlled by a region called the pons, which is like down below your midbrain, like near your stem. Pons is an area of the brain that we're not particularly conscious of the activity of, whereas ADD has to do with, attentiveness and focus, which is a conscious process. So it's actually separate parts of the brain that are controlling this. And I wouldn't say anything except for now I'm seeing people diagnose themselves with ADD because they can, and it's just not true. Sorry guys, stop doing this stuff.
Question is not for the faint of heart. I want you to tell me, what are you afraid of?
Besides typical creepy crawlies like spiders and bugs, I'm afraid of fish. I know. It's a crazy phobia. But I'm ichthyophobic. I don't like fish. I don't like to touch them. I don't like to eat them. And I'm afraid of all the things that live in the sea, like crabs and lobsters and sea cucumbers and squid and octopuses and all that stuff. I can go to an aquarium, but just don't ask me to touch the fish. I can look through the glass, but don't ask me to handle one or get too close. I know, I'm weird.
If women's bodies were made out of glass, there would be way less abortions.
If those who have uteruses and those uteruses were made of glass, you say abortions wouldn't happen because we would see what's going on, but you forget about one main issue. Glass doesn't expand. Your stomach gets very big when you're pregnant. I've done it 3 times. I have stretch marks. Glass doesn't stretch. Maybe next time say clear plastic or cellophane or something like that, because your analogy just falls flat on its face. Good try, though. Maybe consult someone who's actually gestated before you try to make more of these videos. Maybe.